Do you know Tom McDonald?
I've heard of him. People like say his name a lot, but I've never checked out his music. I think I might have seen maybe one or two videos from him.
I think you would like his music. He
Yeah,
is, dude, he is basically just smacking the faces of all these crazy people out there verbally, and it is
see, that's
glorious,
what
man.
needs to be done. These people need some
Yes.
sense slapped into them because
Yes.
I don't know, they're living in some sort of fantasy world where they think like all these terms that they've made up are completely valid. They think their rules that they abide by are like worldwide principles and they're right and we're wrong. And I think what's scary about them is that they really feel like they're right and they're wrong. So they think like we're evil. Whereas
Yep.
if I disagree with somebody, I'm like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Like it's a valid argument. We just disagree. But when they disagree with us, it's like, oh, you guys are evil, Satanist, Nazi scum.
Yep. It's a shame the world we live in right now. What do you think led us to that? What do you think, brought
I
us
think
there?
I don't know if it's one thing, but I think the media played a huge role in contributing to like the hyperpolarization and
Oh yeah.
the kind of just hostility between your neighbors and stuff. I feel like it kind of I noticed the trend kind of like with the media being biased during the Obama era because like Fox News was like crazy anti-Obama, and then like even MSNBC, they were like a little too pro Obama, so it seemed weird. I remember back in the day, like people used to say MSNBC is far left, Fox News is far right, and CNN is like the middle option. And that's just that paradigm is just
Oh my
completely
gosh.
gone and obliterated. I
Yeah, it
think
is.
I don't know, they've caused so much harm pushing their fake narratives, and it's because they have like generational trust. There are people who grew up like with the TV, and if it's not on TV, they don't trust it, or they don't trust something until the TV says so. And
Yeah.
so it's like people have these decade long relationship with the people who they think they can trust. And
That's a
so
good point.
whenever those people tell them something, they're gonna kind of put that into their worldview, and they're gonna like solidify it as an unattackable belief. They're not gonna be able to look at alternative viewpoints.
Yeah, it's true. CNN just released an article today saying it's because of Trumpism that the the people online are uh making money off this
Oh yeah,
game stock
I
stuff.
saw that headline, and like, what does that even mean? Like, people,
What?
there are people, like there are
Let me
everyday
find it.
people who just started trading who are making money,
Yeah.
and like our elite overlords are mad at that.
Here we go. How Trumpism explains the GameStop stock surge. And it
Trump's not even the president. They can't stop talking about this
what?
guy. Trump
No,
is
let me read this. This is how they explained it. Ready? At the core of Donald Trump's angry populist appeal was
oh
and
my god.
is this sentiment. Ooh, hold on, let me stop that. All right. The elites think they know better than you. They think that they can tell you how to live and what to believe. But guess what? We the people are smarter than the elites. So he taught people that
Yeah,
they have the power.
that's
We the
crazy,
people have the
and they're
power.
and they're mad at that. That's nuts.
How dare you realize this, peasants?
Yeah, they don't want us to realize our true power because like this is just one like microcosm of us realizing if we all band together and stand up, what are
Yep.
they going to do? There are more of us than there are of them. They've just been playing the game longer and smarter than we have.
Yep.
But I believe in the American people. We are quick to adapt. We're smart learners, and we're always going to overcome.
Boom. Yes, that they can't stop the change that like Trump. It's basically like he yelled at the people sleeping, and they all woke up, and it's like an avalanche that's
Yep.
now coming down this mountain, and it's like you can't stop that. People are waking up. They're realizing that the elites did have the power, and that's what he was saying. It's like, look, I'm giving the power
Yeah.
back to the people. In his first inauguration speech, he
Yeah.
said, I'm
100%.
giving you the power. And it's pretty obvious now, like especially this GameStop stuff. The elites are so upset that they're losing money, and that normal regular folks out there that are traders taking advantage of it and making a lot of money. Now they're freezing the system. They're stopping trades.
Yeah,
There's a
dude.
30-day trade freeze on GameStop, I think now, so you can't even get into it anymore.
It's
Supposedly, I
crazy.
don't know much
It's
about it, but
crazy. I think I think that's probably going to be the most important part of Trump's legacy, at least for me, the fact that he kind of woke up the sleeping giant. You know, there are so many more people who are just kind of awake to the like the facade that they haven't really noticed. They just people like there are still people obviously who aren't awake, but those are the people who are like, let's go back to normal, you know, like I want a normal president, but we never had normal.
normal.
Our previous normal was what the elites wanted us to do, you
I
know?
know. Just shut up and go back to work and accept
Right.
the rules that we make. No, no. Like you said, Americans, man, we're
Yeah, we make the rules. They
we
don't
make
make the
the
rules.
yeah,
It's
we
our
the
system, it's
people.
our country. Yeah, that's the
Yes,
most three most important words. We the people.
absolutely. In fact, someone in my locals community, I asked them, what do you want me to ask Patriot J today? Someone said, what does the Constitution mean to him? And I think that's a pretty solid question after what we've just been talking about. How would you
Yeah.
answer that?
Um, to me, the Constitution symbolizes a contract between really it's a contract between all of us. It's a governing document between us and the government, but we make up the government. You know, people shouldn't think of the government as something separate from us. The government is us. It's our money. It's our these are our rules. So I think it's kind of just like the mission statement of what we want to be as a country. And I think the ideas listed in the Constitution are the closest thing to we might get to like a perfect system. I know people will point out to they'll say like, oh well, under the Constitution, like slaves were 3/5 of a black person, you know, but it's like
But through the Constitution, because of the Constitution, they
it's
used the
how we got here.
Constitution
Yeah,
and freed the slaves. It's like
exactly. Like the
by that
Constitution has
logic.
all the tools we need.
Yep,
It's the master toolbox. We just have to go in. We can find a clause. We can find a sentence here and there, a section, but it gives us the tools I think we need to adapt, survive, overcome, thrive, and prosper.
man, awesome. I love that. Well put. Yeah, I like that. Man, seriously, like we're looking at Biden and how he's, he banned the use of the term China virus now.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just saying it, YouTube. All right, I'm not using. I'm just reporting
We're talking about it.
that he
Okay,
banned it. All right, that's it.
it's so
That's
crazy.
YouTube just
It's
announcing,
it's so
covering my
crazy.
my butt.
We have a president who is trying to say, "Hey, Americans, please do not say this," and it's even more discomforting when you realize what he's trying to ban. People are making fun of China, and here you have an American president saying, "Hey, don't do that. Please, please keep China in your highest graces. We don't want to piss off our leader, Xi
China
Jinping."
first. Remember, China first,
Right.
everybody.
China first, America second.
Like, wait a minute, what? You're the president, right, of America,
Yeah,
the
right,
United
right.
States?
Yeah,
What?
like if what better way to come off as controlled opposition by China by saying, "Hey guys, don't make fun of China." In my
Yeah, yeah.
first week, I'm going to tell you not to make fun of China.
Someone just said Adam's is so afraid of getting banned on YouTube. It's like I'm making fun of YouTube, by the way, by
Right.
saying it the way I did. Did you not
Yeah.
catch the sarcasm in there? Gosh, some
It's not
people.
like this is text. Like, come on, you can hear the inflections in our voices.
No.
I hate when text when sarcasm doesn't like translate well to text, and people are like, "Bro, are you serious?" Like I tweeted the other day, I was like, "I'm announcing my candidacy for the MAGA Patriot Party for California's Attorney General," and people were like, "Oh my God, bro, are you for real?" Or like, "Yeah, you can do it." Like if I was really a grifter, I would have set up a little GoFundMe link for
True.
donate to my campaign here.
That's true. No, you know what? I think people really, your followers are probably like, yes, thank you. Because we
Right.
need you in power. We need people like you that I honestly want to help other people. Those are the people we need in power because the people in
Yeah.
power aren't the one. You saw how they did what they did to Trump. He didn't need to become president. He didn't
Dude,
need any of that.
they exactly. They treated him so bad, and people are always like, "Oh, I don't think Trump ever wanted to win." But you don't put yourself through something like that if it's just like a fluke or it's just like, I'm gonna run for president one day. Like
Yeah.
it took
Eh.
cold calculation. Like you don't accidentally beat Hillary Clinton. That's
Right.
just not an accident. That's calculated, and it's unfortunate what they did put him through.
Yeah,
But
I
hey,
agree.
I'm glad they didn't JFK him or anything. You know, he still lives to see another day. He's the
Agreed.
former president now. He just established his office. He's going to back some candidates. Who
Yep.
knows what can happen in 2022?
Well, they're trying to make it so he doesn't run again, which I think is ridiculous. This whole
Yeah,
impeachment
dude,
stuff.
they're wasting so much time, so much
Yes.
resources, so much
Yes.
energy on impeaching somebody who's not even in office. It makes zero sense. You're supposed to Impeachment is a tool you use to get corrupt officials out of office.
Right.
We voted for Biden and got Biden out. So what is the entire purpose of impeaching somebody who's not even in the office anymore?
Because they're afraid of him, because of what we already talked about. He empowered the people. He empowered people to rise up and realize we, the people, have the right to govern ourselves. He helped me in my red pilling over 2020. When I woke up January 1st, 2020, I had no idea what I was talking about politically. I still don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm certainly better off now than where I was
Yeah,
in early 2020, but listening to the way he spoke, watching the way news media spoke about him, and then going back and actually listening to his speeches. And I did a deep
right.
dive on his
You check the
family.
context for yourself. You're like,
Yes.
oh, well, what they were saying doesn't make sense. And there are
Yep.
so many cases of people just saying, well, one day, I looked at it for myself. And it's crazy,
Exactly.
crazy that all it takes to break the veil is just to kind of go inside yourself and use your discernment that God gave you, just to
Yeah.
kind of say like, well, this doesn't sound right, or this
Hmm.
doesn't look right, or it doesn't feel right, most importantly.
Yeah. The beauty of that is it wasn't just, it's not like I just had a microscope on Trump and that's all I focused on, because what it did was allow me to understand the media does that with literally everything. So
Yeah.
now everything the media was talking about, I'm like, I got to go check the context on
Right.
that. So
Even history, dude, it's crazy. It doesn't
yes.
they know no limit to their narrative shifting, but they say history writes, or the winners write history, and that's what they're trying to do right now, just rewrite everything, and it's nuts.
Yeah, it
But the
really
fact
makes you
the
think.
fact that they're trying to impeach Trump right now only like solidifies his realness, because like you said, they're afraid of him. If they weren't afraid of him, if he wasn't a real threat, they wouldn't be
Yep.
trying so hard to get him out of here.
Yeah, and not only him though, they're trying to villainize me, you,
Yeah.
people who wore MAGA hats. You wore a MAGA hat? Oh, you're on the list. You're
Yeah,
now
dude, it's
Trumpism.
so crazy. And it's what sucks is it's the media driving it, and then so all the people who buy into it are doing it too. So, I've caught in fact from like locally, just from people, who, and it's crazy because it's always people who weren't politically active up until like a movement in the media or something, like BLM or like the kids in cages, but like once the media decides to focus on something, then all of a sudden these people wake up, and then next thing I know, they're tweeting about me and trying to kill me and trying to jump me because I voted for Trump in 2016 and I won't shut up about it.
Did you voted for Trump in 2016?
Yeah, that was my first election, and I'm so proud that I did. And I
Nice.
I, I think I'm kind of like privileged because Trump was my first vote. There are people who are alive who had to like vote for Romney and vote for McCain and vote for
Yeah.
Bush Senior and Bush Junior. And it's like I'm a little blessed. Trump was my first vote. I don't feel like cheated or that I wasted a vote or anything.
Well, I voted for Trump in 2020, and I also don't feel like I wasted my vote. I didn't even for the people who did vote for him, it's like he still got more votes than any incumbent president
Yeah,
ever.
yeah. He
You know,
he increased his share of votes, I think, from 2016 by 11 million.
that's awesome. And that's craziness. And I still don't understand how Biden got 80
Yeah,
million votes.
it's okay though. We can't talk about it. If we talk about it, we'll get demonetized.
I just said I don't understand. All right,
Yeah,
YouTube.
we don't we
I'm
don't
just
get it. We don't get it.
I just don't understand. All right, it doesn't make sense to me. Oh man.
The algorithm's gonna help us understand real quick.
Yes, the algorithm. Thank you, YouTube. Almighty, powerful YouTube. Yes, sure.